What's good, my listeners? You tuned in to Mindstone Radio with your voice of logic and reason, Conscience Prep, coming to you today with the topic of perseverance. And I would hope that everyone will understand. No, not understanding, and no arguing. We're not looking for that today because this topic pertains to perseverance. It's about motivation, inspiration. Today is the day, March 28, 2019. And this day marks the 4th year of my car accident and me being paralyzed. So a lot of people may not have heard me mention my condition. You know, I may have subscribers and followers that know me and I've seen my pictures and know like, okay, and kind of seen, the chronologizing of what's been going on in my life, knowing that I'm paralyzed. But to the world, to the listening community, to new people that don't really know me, this is something that's new to them. And I'm just going to break it down of what I've been going through and kind of how it occurred. So March 28, 2015, I was in a car accident coming home from work, one of my graveyard shifts, about 5:30 in the morning, 5 minutes away from my home, Crenshaw and El Segundo, headed southbound. Somebody coming north, trying to go west, made a turn, a turn that was unnecessary. They just wanted to beat traffic. Oh, let me go in and race traffic. And they raced traffic and they ran into me. Hit me on my driver's side on the driver door. Instantly, I was paralyzed upon impact. Snapped my neck. My hands fell off the steering wheel. It was like I went limp or I was slumped. Hands fell off the steering wheel. The car cruised off and ran into a pole and sustained more damage. But primarily, I snapped my neck. It was so hard, I snapped my neck. And basically, I wanted to grab my phone and to call my wife and say, babe, I'm in an accident, but give me a second. I'm headed home. It set in, but it didn't set in. I didn't want to accept it. But when I realized I couldn't reach for my phone, I said it out loud. I said, I'm paralyzed. And I was like, wow, this is crazy. I couldn't believe it. I hope this don't last long. Please let it be simple. Let it be quick. Let it just be a moment. Post-traumatic stress. On my wife, on me and my family, but especially me and my wife. My 8-month-old daughter at the time. It was hard to accept. I was in the hospital. My body was so weak. Being unable to use my diaphragm. They had to put a ventilator, cut a hole in my neck and give me a ventilator. Yeah, that's what they did. So that I was able to breathe better. I needed assistance. And I was unable to talk. I couldn't speak no more. I had no voice. I just sit there and tried to whisper to people, or they tried to read my lips. And it was frustrating. It was very frustrating because a lot of people still didn't understand me. It was hard laying on your back, going from one day being able to move everything at work, clowning with everyone, to going home and the next day you can't do anything completely. It's like looking at a TV, watching everything in front of you transpire, and you can't do nothing. So they just checked on you and you was getting tube fed. So they didn't have to ask you, was you hungry? They didn't have to feed you. They just strap a bottle to the IV and go on and, let that liquid go into your body. And I lost all my muscles. I lost all my weight. If there was a before and after, it's like, wow, that's you. That's how you looked before the accident. You had great definition, bro. muscular in shape. I did a lot prior to the accident, you know. I was fighting fires. I was a wildlife firefighter. I was a construction worker with the union, 1506, carpentry, wildlife fighter with the Angeles National Forestry Services. I hiked them mountains. I used that chainsaw. I used them pickaxes, you know, Pulaskis, front line. Knocked them trees down, cut that line on them brush fires in the mountains. Personal train. Got up in the morning at 5 a.m. Got to that house by 6 and trained my client. Get him to school by 7. I did a lot of things. I was real active. I was a very active individual. So it was a real shocker, real catastrophic event that gave me PTSD. Like I said, I had a ventilator. I had a halo. It's a vest that comes with a head device that keeps your head stable. It has a crown on it. It has some bars, some rods, and a crown that goes around your forehead and your head that has screws in it that goes into your head to keep your head from moving around, keep you stable. Yeah, keep you stable. Keeps your head stable so you don't mess up your neck. Because my neck was jacked up bad. You know, I almost died. In the hospital, I died 12 times on different occasions. Just based on how the staff handled me. I was a sensitive case. My body was real sensitive. It needed to be handled a certain way. And a lot of these nurses were not obliging by those rules. You know, they tell you they need 4 nurses to turn me and 1 to monitor my heart rate because wasn't nobody monitoring my heart rate. So they had the respiratory therapist come in every time they repositioned me to make sure my heart rate was okay. Because they didn't do it before. And one time I had to watch the monitor go down and watch my vitals go down and watch myself pass out and wake up to everybody reviving me. And my wife in the background screaming, "Y'all killed my husband. Y'all need to do something." Hey, I'm up. Tell her it's okay. Multiple occasions. This is at the beginning stage of the accident. You know, my body was in shock. My body was trying to figure it out. My brain was trying to figure it out. It was a cold stage. My daughter was 8 months. My wife is in that hospital every day. Every day. Every day. Reading her Bible while I rested. I used to love waking up and seeing my wife walk in. It was beautiful. It was a blessing. Not a lot of people were strong like that. The average female will walk out on a person in that position. And I'm going to just be honest. I don't give too many people credit. Yeah, you might see a couple guys in a relationship here and there, but I don't give too many people credit when it comes to taking care of a person that's paralyzed. And it's a very stressful situation. My wife will tell you she goes through a lot when it comes to dealing with me in this condition. My body, just the whole mental aspect, because we both in a jacked up headspace, trying to cope and still trying to find ways to make it through. But the security is strong. We have a foundation. We have a home. We've been blessed. We have a wheelchair accessible van. The wheelchair accessible van was something that I won. Shout out Triumph Foundation, Andrew Skinner, and everyone at Triumph Foundation. They had a contest one day that somebody at the hospital told me about. I think it was a patient advocate. I told him, we're trying to find a van, man. Trying to figure it out. Try to figure out how I'm going to get one, man, so when I get out this hospital. Because I didn't want to take access no more. And he had a flyer. It was like, oh, man, here, man, they got a flyer. They got a couple flyers, man, this organization. They got a van. They trying to give away. All you got to do is write an essay. Tell them what you did before the accident. Tell them what you would do if you were at this van and what you intend to do after the accident. And I broke it down in detail. And I kept it real. And at that year, I didn't even win the van, man. It was supposed to be at the end of 2016. And I didn't win the van that they had. But a couple months later, man, by the grace of God, I got a text and a call out of nowhere, and an email told me, hey, we keeping you on file for the next van. And it was crazy. Sure enough, they did, man. Around October of 2017. Yes, this was 10 months later, but it doesn't matter. Some things come slow, some things come fast. Slow process is still progress. And they wrote me and they told me to come outside, and, they pulled up in a van. Yeah, they pulled up in a van. A nice van, Toyota Sienna, with a wheelchair ramp on it. And it's ours. Able to go anywhere I want. I don't have to worry about access, paratransit, and all the issues. Don't have to worry about taxis, being on nobody else's time. If I want to go to a concert, I can go to a concert. If I want to be at the club till 3 a.m, I can go to the club. If we want to drive to Vegas, we can drive to Vegas in our van, our car. We're in my power wheelchair. So, like I said, man, I was in the hospital. I went through a lot, and as time came, and after a couple surgeries, I had to go to the therapy position, the therapy part of the process, give you your therapy and get you ready for discharge. I did not want to do therapy. They placed me in a power wheelchair, told me to control it with my chin. I tried it. I was able to do it. It was difficult, but I adjusted to it for that time being. I really didn't like it, but it was my only option. Unless somebody rolled me around in a manual chair, and I didn't want to go through that either. So I controlled the chair with my chin. And then also, one day, they wanted to change the chair to a chair that you control with your head. You lean back to drive forward. You move, you tap left to change the gear, you tap right to turn the chair off. And when they were adjusting the chair to fix it, I was sitting in my chair kind of just chilling and waiting and playing around with my arms. Not to mention, let me go back right before that, man. They used to give me these sticks, these utensils to put in my mouth so that I can tap cards and tap dominoes or paint. I didn't want to do any of that, man. I told him, I said, I'm not going to be using this stuff. I was real bitter. I didn't want to do nothing. I counted my blessings. I was thankful, but I didn't want to do anything. I'm not doing none of that stuff. I say, y'all don't have nothing in therapy for a person in my position. I don't even know why I'm coming. I'm good. Y'all don't have nothing for me. Like, I'm watching everybody else in therapy moving their 2 arms. I'm watching people hold my baby. Oh, she's so cute. Let me hold her. And I'm just like, wow, y'all know I can't even hold my own baby. And y'all holding my baby. I was real mad. I didn't like it. I used to flip out a lot. I was firing nurses back to back, get out my room. No, yeah, because I did get my voice back. I got my voice back. The accident was in March 28th. So, around the end of April, maybe May, because I remember for sure May 21st on my birthday when I was transferring to another hospital, which was the last hospital I was at until I discharged in 2016. I was speaking around that time, eating ice cream, and, I was able to speak to everyone and advocate for myself, while my wife was also being a strong advocate for me. She was not playing with these people in that hospital. She told them, y'all better get it right. She was up there every day, all day, every day, calling, getting them in order, because there was a lot of ball dropping, what she would say. It was a lot of slacking. It was a lot of foul treatment. It was a lot of lazy nurses that weren't doing their thing. But that's not the point. It's not the topic. This topic, like I said, is focused on perseverance. I'm just trying to give you an idea of some of the transitioning stages that I went through, getting better. And the last one was when I was in the wheelchair. I was playing around with my arms, and one of my arms moved a little better than the other. So I showed the nurse, and she placed it on a arm support bar. I put my arm on there, and if I turn it in, it'll swing in. If I turn it out, it'll swing out. And she said, that's your motion. That's you doing that. That's you. And I had to clarify that. I'm saying, like, you sure? It's not just swinging. Are you not doing it? She like, no, raise your arm up. Move your arm down, and it swinged around. So they placed one on my chair, and it helped me to control my chair, and I got better. The arm was just real weak. It had to get strong again. It was shot, but there's still no dexterity, and I still can't feel anything. I can't feel anything from below my shoulders. Literally at the top, literally the man's nipples, my nipples. Like right above the nipple, I can't feel nothing. You touch the nipple, I can't feel anything. So take that across the whole body. It's practically half my bicep. All the way across, I can't feel nothing. But I can feel my shoulder. So anything below that, I have no feeling. Diaphragm, I can't feel anything. Personal organs can't feel anything. You know. But yeah, so my arm got better. I was learning how to control the power chair on my hand. You know, there were days where we were always in the chair. They had me drive through little obstacle courses to get better before they did the order for my chair when I get home. He did it all. Went outside, rolled around the facility, went to the mall, rolled through the mall. All this before I discharged. And then came the computer therapist. They brought her to the table. One day they asked me about me having a laptop or a computer. I told them I had a computer. And I said I would like to use it. So they introduced me to the computer therapist because they said that they had computers up there. And I said, how am I able to use the computer if I can't type? They said they have devices, different types of devices for the hand, and a device that's actually a speech recognition program. But before I used the speech recognition program, there was an arm bar, and a mount, an adjustable arm bar and a mount. And on the tip of it, it had a joystick, a little joystick. You can move it around and you can click on it, click down and click on it. I would set the arm bar up on the table on the edge of the bed to my left or to my right and have it adjusted to sit right in my face so that I can tap it with my chin and move the mouse on the computer screen, navigate around. And I got real good at it. It was easy to click. I punch in, a couple things, put the on-screen keyboard in the middle of the screen, and I'll tap on letters and, punch in on the search engine, YouTube or Google. Was able to watch movies on YouTube, was able to navigate around the internet to help my wife try to find resources and stuff. I was looking for homes inside. I was trying to help her on the inside while she was doing all the footwork on the outside. So, I got real good at that. But the nurses kept breaking it, man. They kept breaking the arm bar, stripping it, turning it, doing all types of stuff I told them not to do. And they stripped it about 3 or 4 or 5 times. And it just wasn't good no more. And it was hard for the lady to fix it. So we had to figure something out. And she came and told me about speech recognition and showed me how to set up the microphone, speak to it so that it can adjust to my voice, and showed me how to navigate on the computer, showed me where the commands were. And I got good at it. I trained myself. Had a lot of issues because it was all about talking to the microphone without having all the sounds in your room. Them background noises will mess up anything trying to use speech recognition. So you got to have you a good environment, a good microphone. And that was something I utilized, was my speech recognition. And I got real good at it. Navigating, same thing, searching, typing, writing. I got real good at it through time, all the way till I got home, and I got better. And I said in there one day, I used to go talk to the patient's advocate every day at that hospital. And I said, man, I need to do something like this, man. I need to advocate. I wanted to help the patients, man, and people with the spinal cord injury community. I wanted to advocate because I've seen a lot of things going on at the hospital. And I used to talk to the patient advocate about it. And I used to tell them, like, man, granted the opportunity, I'm liable to be a patient advocate too, man. I said, I'm going to try to go get me a psychology degree and come back I'm going to go to college for sure. And I wanted to go to college. So I put that in my head that when I get the opportunity, I get home, I'm going to literally go on campus and check into college. He told me that they have a paralyzed student program. Nah, better yet, a disabled student program. And it's supposed to be at every college that helps students. They come in there and they'll scribe for you, write for you, take your notes. It's only so much that you do, but, you still do your thing as a student. They take your notes, man, and it ain't no breeze. He said it's a breeze. It ain't no breeze. You got to still do your homework because they don't do your homework. You got to have you a good support system that does your homework for you, when you get home. But I type everything on my laptop, all my essays, English class, speech class, sociology class, Spanish class. I get on the computer and do all the programs, all the voice programs, speaking the languages. I got my daughter, she's 4 years old. She turns pages for me. She helps me, man. It's a beautiful blessing. People sometimes say, man, why you want to go to school, man? Like you ready to get out there and be in traffic already? Like they tell me how they was insecure about leaving the hospital in their position when they was paralyzed. And I told them I just wanted to go. I said, I'm going to go. I'm going to go to school. I was in good spirits. I was thankful. I was confident. And a lot of the nurses, the good nurses, the good ones, the sisters that I knew, some of the Latina nurses that I knew that were real cool. They gave me credit. They made me feel confident. They told me they thought I was attractive. They liked how I took care of myself. They took care of me. They took care of me. They probably took care of all the patients the same way. But me, as far as going out, they conditioned my hair with. They made sure I smelled good. They made sure my outfits looked good. It's practically like they took care of me like they would take care of their man. Because, they can see it like, man, why this brother in here, man? What happened to him, man? So, sometimes you got sisters that want to take care of their black brothers. And that's just what it is. And I was thankful for that. And I had a lot of good nurses that took care of me and made sure I was straight. And that made my spirits go up. Then I had my beautiful wife. That made my spirits go up. So I wanted to get home and do a lot of things. So going to school was something that I wanted to do. So when I came home, I set it up to go to school. I wanted to go to college. That was one of the only things that I can do. To watch yourself being capable of doing anything that you used to do, you just had to have a strong mind about it. And my mind was very strong. And going to college was something that I thought about. So I figured, hey, man, I'm going to continue. I'm going to go to college. I'm going to take the necessary classes and I'm going to make it happen. And I did. And I'm doing. Like as of this day, I'm currently going to college. I'm on a journey. I'm on a journey going to school. I'm trying to acquire a PhD, literally a doctorate of psychology, so that I'm able to talk to the younger generations, help people, be a counselor, be a psychologist to people, be a youth mentor, go to schools and talk to the schools, talk to the elementary school students, the junior high and the high school and the college students, to inspire them and let them know, if I did this in this position, you should be able to do that and a lot more in your position. It's all about motivating people. It's all about motivating people. It's all about inspiring people. This is to show my daughter, even though her daddy is different, she can feel good because her daddy is doing something that is beautiful. He's still educating himself. So she'll be motivated. If my dad did it, I can do it. And she can have something to feel good about. Can't nobody discredit her dad just because he's paralyzed. It's all about perseverance, man. Perseverance is the key. Being diligent. Being adamant about what you're trying to do, what you need to do. Being ambitious. Counting your blessings, being thankful every day. That's what I'm doing. And like I said, the point of this segment You know, it be in my 4-year anniversary of this condition. You know, I'm still here. I'm still alive. And a lot of it is praises to the Most High. Then second is because of my wife. I'm still alive because of my wife. And third, I'm alive because of her family and their support system. You know, I'm an individual that's was practically shut down from my own family. But they not the topic. It's of no relevance. But it's just to show you, you know, how I still continue to move forward. And that happened. Okay, my family left me alone. Okay, my mom not around. My father, he died before the accident. But it's like, you know, I have brothers, you know, I have cousins, and, you know, I don't see them. I don't talk to nobody. I don't see nobody. But I still move forward. I'm still going to school. I'm still finding a way to be happy. Me and my wife, we still find ways to go to shows or do things to be happy together. You know, perseverance. Because she's going through the same thing that I'm going through. She's a reflection of me. So she experienced that accident just as much as I did. So she's going through it. We're both dealing with post-traumatic stress. That's why when she pulled out her segment, she explained to y'all ways to cope and handle post-traumatic stress, things to do, ways to be happy, ways to, you know, surpass anxiety. You know, mine's is going to school, finding something that makes you happy. Education is key. I'm thankful. You know, choose the right classes, being inspirational on campus, just people seeing me on campus, just a lot of my professors seeing me through the years, because, you know, you go to college, you'll be there for a few years. If you're a real student, you know, ups and downs, it don't matter. You know, mistakes, failures, it happens. You learn from failure, you learn from mistakes. You come back harder and keep it going and stay consistent. But make sure you overcome and conquer. One of my friends at the school told me yesterday, he was there for 5 years. He's a young man. I respect him. I got love for him. We talk, he acknowledges me. We got a lot of love and respect for each other. He told me he's transferring. I respected that. And I was like, that's right, my young brother. Talk to the community. Tell the younger brothers what you did and how you did it. Inspire them and motivate them to do the same thing when they grow up. People try to put college down or put education down like, what's the point of going to college? To get knowledge, bro. If you feel like working ain't the answer, then to get knowledge, man. It's good to acquire knowledge. If you don't like reading, to each his own. If you don't like learning, to each his own. But there's so many things you can learn in school, and that's why I went to school. I wanted to find out what was right for me and my condition. And going to school, picking psychology was a good degree. There were other degrees. I could have picked liberal arts. I could have picked sociology. I could have been an English major. You know, there's a lot of things that, you know, if it applies to writing or talking, you know, or you know, talking like sociology or psychology, communications, like that's what I chose. So I can't pick certain things. I can't do kinesiology. I can't do sports. I can't do none of that no more. So I have to come from a different angle. But my mind is so strong. I'm thankful I picked those areas. And like I said, mistakes, failures, it happens. Just keep going. Continue. You fall down, get back up. Man, I've been getting up. I've been going strong. People, they want to understand. And they do say that, you know, I don't want to say that I understand because your condition is messed up. But a lot of people will have submit. A lot of people would have left their spouse or their mate or their friend. My wife, you know, tells me all the time, people are weak to that. They tell her that they couldn't do it. Like, damn, you'll leave? We know what type of person you are. She's been solid. You have a lot of people that I've spoken to that want to give up. You know, want to give up, man. You see a lot of people in these chairs in my condition, you know, and you can tell, man, they just on their expressions, man, you know, they don't really have that vibe, man. They don't really want to communicate, you know, which is nothing wrong because I've been in that stage, you know. I'm just thankful that I'm able to be impressionable. I'm thankful that my wife takes great care of me. My daughter takes care of me. I'm thankful to go to school. I'm thankful to be going up the ladder of life. I'm thankful to motivate and inspire people. I'm thankful that I had this podcast to talk to the community, inspire you, to tell you what's going on. Because I don't want to tell y'all nothing wrong, but I know it's going to be a slow process for a lot of people to be receptive for what I'm saying. But I'm here, man, for the community, man. Like I said, perseverance is key. I went through a lot in that hospital. I could have gave up. That's what I'm saying. I could have gave up, but I didn't. I was overcoming these obstacles and I kept going. A lot of you people, you standing up. Keep going. A lot of you people not doing nothing. Find your way and keep going. You know what I mean? Find your way and keep going. If I'm doing something, you could be doing something. I see people out there. Sometimes I see people leave class, drop classes, people on campus. You know, the younger generations is different. It's a lot of people going to school. I'm thankful. When they going to school and they serious, I support them. When I'm in class and it's opportunity to speak, or every time I raise my hand, I make sure I say something to motivate everybody else to respond. Don't let me be the guy answering all the questions. I want y'all to be motivated. You know, overcome that shyness. You know, be a passionate student. Be a passionate person. Be a passionate person, man. Be a humble person. I'm humble. Yes, I am paralyzed from the neck down. I am pissed off about it. Trust and believe that. It's not a day that goes by where I'm not pissed off. But when I'm around my wife, I'm around my daughter, she plays a lot. She's so social. She's so happy. You know, you be thankful. You be thankful for life. Yeah, you know, I had a right to get mad at me. Well, I had a right to get mad. Can't nobody take that away from me. But trust and believe, I count my blessings. I'm thankful about everything. Straight up. You know, and I just want people to understand that if I'm still going hard in my condition, accepting it, being able to be happy, I'm trying to help y'all. You know what I'm saying? And there's not a lot of people helping me. I'm trying to help y'all. You know? No, actually, it is a lot of people helping me. It's my wife and her family and the people at my school. You know? But it's like, you know, it's organizational help. But it's cool. It's not bad. Trust and believe that. But what I mean is, like, I don't got my brothers over here. I don't got my mama over here. I don't have a best friend over here. Every day, let's go out. I don't got none of that. And even still, I'm just focused on the positive. I'm not going to let people that's not loyal to being good friends or real family members or any of that get to me. There's a moment about it, but I'm not going to let that get to me. So I have to move forward. What I'm going to do, I'm going to be sad, sit in bed, say, no, wife, I don't want to go to school today because my mama don't come around. Hey, that's on my mama. She want to be that type of person and, you know, feel like she doesn't have to do anything with her son. That's on them. Same thing with my brothers. Same thing with my best friends or cousins. If they don't want anything to do with me, that's on them. I did nothing to nobody. But I have to still be happy and live my life and be a regular person. Be a strong example. That's what I feel. I still got to be an example. So I'm being an example. You know, I'm still going up the ladder of life. I'm still counting my blessings. I'm still being happy. For those blessings that were there that disappeared, you know, my blessings over here are still here, and I'm thankful. You understand? So, like, can't nobody take nothing away from me. Because I'm going to find a way to smile, man. I'm a good person. I'm a humble person. You know, we've been strong. My wife is very strong. You know, my daughter, she's sharp. She's intelligent. She pays attention. She helps her daddy. You know, and she told me her dream that she had the other day about waking up and, you know, I was in the kitchen cooking and washing dishes. And, you know, it was funny how she said it, too. And she was just like, hey, Dad, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm washing dishes. You know, but it was just amazing that God put that dream in her head. Like, probably was showing her, like, don't worry, you're going to see your daddy up. So, you know, thank you. All praises be to the Most High. Thank you for showing my daughter, you know, because my daughter hasn't seen me walk. Except when she was 8 months and She probably doesn't remember. I have videos, but she doesn't remember. But yeah, perseverance is key, man. I want to motivate you guys out there. I want to inspire you. I want to give you positive influence to move forward in life. Don't let nothing hold you back. I'm not letting my condition hold me back. After I get this degree, I'm going to still do something. I'm going to still talk to the community. When this podcast blows up, I'm going to still talk to the community. I'm going to go to schools and talk to the kids. You know, I'm going to go to youth gang prevention programs and talk to the kids, because I know I've been experienced in a life. I know things to tell the younger generations. I talk to people at my school all the time, because everybody's younger than me, and I try to inspire them, give them motivation. If I'm here, bro, and I'm in this chair in class with you, you shouldn't be down, bro. Go ahead, talk, participate, talk to, answer a question. Don't be shy, don't be low key. I understand if you're an introvert, but you know what I mean? Step out your shell. Have confidence, have good spirit. Have a bright soul about yourself. Good vibrations, good energy. Wake up, be conscious, open your mind. Find your gifts. I had a lot of gifts before the accident, but one of my gifts right now is my strong mind. And I have a very strong mind that I'm thankful for. All praises be to the Most High, the Creator. Strong mind. I obviously have a purpose. I must have, because, like I said, when I was in that hospital, there were a lot of times that I went cardiac. Coded in front of my wife, friends, just people. I've been there, and it happened a lot of times. Probably when she wasn't even there. So we can't even count those times if it even happened when she wasn't there. So God turned me back a lot of times. So, hey, you're not ready. Wake up, get home, take care of your baby, your wife, be good. And we gon' work on getting you up a couple years down the line when I make sure that your mind is in order. And I'm just like, okay, I could respect it. I accepted it. So, I'm getting my mind in order, and going to school is one of the things that helped me. That helps my PTSD, learning, researching. And I haven't been as strong a researcher, to really when I met my wife, because now we research things together. She researches on her own time. I research on my own time. And we research about a lot of things that the Black communities needs to know about. A lot of things that the people need to know about. To wake you up, to inspire you, Especially me, I want to inspire you, so I want to help you. I want to wake you up. But I want you to understand this story coming from a person living with a spinal cord injury. The perseverance of it. Moving forward still. Being thankful. I see people out here complain about stuff every day. Every day. And it's like, dude, you serious? Look at what's going on around the world. It's bad. You lucky you not a victim. People don't realize what they got until they lose it, or people don't realize what they have until it happens to them. People take life for granted. That's never going to happen to me. And then when it happens, they done sunk into a dark place. And I'm trying to tell you, like, it doesn't have to be that way. Don't take life for granted. I still see people out here texting and driving on the freeway. It kills me, because you can literally look at 10 cars to my left and to my right, and everybody has a phone in their hand. And there's a car accident on the freeway every day. And I already know why these car accidents happen. Because people are being reckless. I wasn't texting when I got hit. I got hit. I was driving. I had right away. They hit me. You understand? But I still know that people, they take life for granted. And I don't like that. They take life for granted. So I try to talk to people and tell them not to take life for granted. So yeah, man. I just wanted to throw that out there, man. Like I said, today is the 4-year anniversary of me being paralyzed, and I'm thankful that I'm still alive. I'm thankful that I'm moving forward. I'm just very thankful that my support is still here. You know, like I said, all praises be to the Most High. I want you guys to stay motivated, stay enthused, stay ambitious, stay diligent, stay focused, remain humble, count your blessings, and value life. Contents Prep, Mindstone Radio. I'll be tuning in with another segment. Y'all have a blessed one.